Hello people, I am Sky Demolisher and welcome back for another From the Collection Fridays, a series where I take things from my collection and show it to you, my viewers. And this week it is my Combiner Wars Motormaster. So yeah, I know that there's like a newer version of Motormaster in like the Generations line. I don't have it. I have no intention of really buying it. The reality is that my collecting has basically come to a stop, particularly when it comes to Transformers. But the way that my collection is done, it's basically Transformers the movie prior to Earth, so like War for Cybertron, Fall of Cybertron, before they came to Earth, and the third one is video games. And that is why I also have this Motormaster, because this Motormaster is in Transformers Devastation. So yeah, and that Menasor is the Transformers Devastation one. Same thing with Superion. Basically, they were the first the Combiner Wars Combiners were the first ones I ever collected as a set sort of thing, bar Devastator, because the Devastator I have is a third party one. And yeah, so I have no plans of buying the Generations one. The Menasor is very cool, but it's not like $600 worth of cool to find a box set of it. So yeah, that is why we're just sticking with Combiner Wars. Now, he doesn't have his weapons with him. I don't know where they ended up being packed. I don't really think having the weapons matters too much, because all I'm really going to do is just show you how the articulation of the figure. I'm not going to transform it either, because it's a truck. I mean, you can just look it up if you want. So articulation wise, he's got a rotating head and it can fully rotate, do the exorcist thing, but it does hit this, there's a little raised bit behind him, and there is actually like a tiny bit of up and down. It's not a lot. And then he's got, I can't remember, it's that side, so that is part of his transformation thing. So, you know, you can make it look like somebody cut his head off if you really want to. He has shoulder articulation, he has upper bicep, he has like a proper 90-degree arm, and you can, if you really want, bend it the other way. So, you know, you can articulate it in such a way as his arm is getting smashed off. As far as I'm aware, there is no articulation at the wrist. You know, like that becomes part of the transformation, I think. Yeah, so it folds up. That's why it doesn't do it, because when you're transforming it into Menasor, that's where the combiner part goes on. Has sort of, oh yeah, there we go. Has the waist articulation, if I move his arms, has ratchets in the arms too, I should say. Now this is very tight. Ratchets there we go. They do come out for the Van Damme thing. It's also like tighter ratchets because of the transformation joint. I wouldn't say it's knee, because like a knee is here. You don't get a knee articulation, you get like articulation up at his like lower thigh, upper lower thigh. No real articulation of the toes, it just moves forwards and backwards. But legs do, you know, do high kick, so, you know, if you want to get him doing a high kick knock, that he's going to be, you know, sturdy for that. But if you pinned him down, you could have him playing soccer or, you know, whatever. I don't really mind him as a figure. I know like a lot of people hated the Combiner Wars stuff. I don't actually mind him. I think he looks kind of cool. I know that there was like an Optimus Prime done off this mold. I don't have that Optimus Prime. But yeah, like I quite enjoyed it. Now there is kind of an ab crunch there, but it's not really meant to be an ab crunch. It's the transformation joint, and that I do like. You know, I like the paint apps for him, even though, you know, he's pretty minimalist, really. I mean, it's a lot of black, it's a lot of grey with little bits of purple and stuff. You know, fully. There's the Combiner head too, if you ever want to see it. But, you know, like, it sort of tidies up okay down the back here. Gets a little bum skirt and stuff. But, I mean, it's, I think, also a fairly tidy figure. Which is one of the reasons why I kind of like it, because it's not super messy and stuff. You know, I think he looks pretty good. He does come with a sword. Now, the sword that he has is damaged. I can tell you that much. I can't remember what I did with it. But I stuck, like, I think I might have been trying to get something apart, and I put this, you know, the tip of the sword into a joint or something, thinking that I could lever another part out. I don't think it was on Motormaster. I think it was one of the other Stunticons. And yeah, instead of like levering out, it snapped off the tip of the sword. So that kind of sucked. But I still think he's kind of cool. You know, and like you can see that there's like a little bolt there, you know, for the you know, for the arm to be through. But I think it's done in such a way that it actually sort of accentuates the figure. And it does have like quite a nice, clear Decepticon symbol. I know some of like the more newer stuff, like I think there's like the newest Skywarp, and I think the newest iteration of Galvatron, the Decepticon symbol purple is the same purple that they are, or virtually the exact same purple. So you can't really see the insignias and stuff, and like, you know, you can see the nice sort of detailing. So like, I think they did really well with this figure, and I like the chroming there on like the front grille and stuff. I like his face too. Like, he has a nice face. Like, as much as there are flaws for this line, and, you know, they can do far better articulation, or they can do this thing, they can do that thing, what they did with this figure was actually, I think, pretty good. And I think he looks pretty damn good. Are there things that could have been improved on it to make it even cooler? Sure. But he does actually look quite good himself. Like, not just as a robot, as a truck too. The way that it's all sort of, it's very tidy to the robot. Like, I mean, you can tell he's a truck to some degree. He transforms into a truck because of the wheels. But overall, he actually looks quite good as a robot. You know, it's not like they've got half a truck hanging off him, or, you know, a gigantic backpack like we've been seeing with some of the other ones. You know, they did really well for something that doesn't actually fold into itself in order to hide anything. It's basically all there on the outside. What does need to fold out or collapse is done in such a way that it's actually very tidy, and the overall figure itself actually looks pretty damn cool. And I also think that, you know, like the sort of paneling along here, although it looks weird, like, that looks like an underarm gun. You know, like the kind of bolters you would see on, say, a Space Marine Terminator from the Warhammer 40k universe. So, like, I think they actually did phenomenally well in this. Sorry, the other one wasn't actually folded up. But, You see what I mean? Like, even with it folded down, that doesn't look that bad. So, yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this, and until next time, take care of yourselves. Bye.